Welcome to Salt and Pepper Podcast mid-halftime report of Game 1 of Dallas Mavericks at Golden State Warriors. We got 54-45, just gut-wrenching, kind of gritty performance in the first half. Mavs looking a little bit, maybe a little bit coming out a little bit slow. Klay Thompson is going to be waiting until Game 6 to show up, apparently. Luka's all banged up. He's scratched up like a cat. Not too much surprises here in the first half, from my perspective, I don't think. I feel like it's been kind of a, first half. Reggie, what are your thoughts here? We got I don't want to say a close game, not a blowout, but
yeah, I mean it seems like Luka's having an off game, but he still has 18 quiet points and is leading all scorers. I don't know, it seems like a shoulder could be an issue. I mean, he'll probably play through it, but what I really want to talk about is how ass this man is. And I've been on this train for a few weeks. My God, he is not back. I mean, I know he went through 2 brutal injuries. I don't think he'll ever be back to Game 6 Klay. He's just going to be Klay, and Poole's going to take over his spot. I don't think it's looking good moving forward. I'm interested to see what the Warriors do long term, actually, because they got to blow it up, right? Eventually, who's going to be the first piece that goes? I think it's going to be Klay. But if you asked me 3-4 years ago, I would have said Draymond probably. But now I think Draymond's got to stay, and I think Klay's outie. That's just
so. My counter argument to that would be, in the past playoffs, Klay kind of does a disappearing act. This isn't the first time where Klay Thompson hasn't shown up in a playoff game. Very sporadic.
I feel like he's done it most of the games this year already for the playoffs.
Well, I mean, even like in 2015, 2016, he had struggles where he would not play very well in those games. He would let the team down and they would usually lose.
And that was when he was fully healthy. Now he has 2 major surgeries after that. I don't know if he can come back like he did prior to those injuries.
I mean, yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, he's definitely not looking like the old Klay Thompson.
Also, he's garbage right now. And I think the question needs to become, I'm surprised people haven't discussed this yet, is when does Jordan Poole stop coming off the bench and Klay Thompson moves over to the bench? I don't know if that's an ego thing. Also, you have to take into account Klay Thompson's a pretty good defender.
Yeah.
I don't know what Jordan Poole's like on the defensive end. I would look that up more, but the stats aren't going to show that. He had a pretty good block and turnover there against Dinwiddie in the corner. So leadership.
So here's my counter argument to Klay not starting. He has 3 championship rings with this team. He's been around since the beginning of this dynasty for them. If you take him and put him on the bench, Klay's not going to play. That's going to be done. So you can't just not put him in the starting lineup. I could see them making a move like putting Jordan Poole in there with them, kind of like a 3-headed monster with Draymond, and going real small. But I don't see a situation where Klay is coming off the bench ever.
Yeah, I completely agree, actually. Even though Klay is ass, I think you need Jordan Poole to come off the bench and be that spark plug for the Warriors. He can create his own shot. But I think I alluded to this before. I think that change between Poole elevating over Klay will happen next season.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll happen in the playoffs right now. But yeah, I think that's for sure going to happen 2023.
Well, it's Game 7. Mavericks at Warriors. Let's say 3 minutes left on the clock. Who do you want in, Klay or Poole?
I mean, I think you would see both of them in at the same time.
I think they'll have Steph,
so who's
Poole, and Draymond. And
none of them. I think they played Steph, Jordan, and Klay all at the same time.
Yeah, and Draymond and Wiggins as the lead.
I think they would go super duper small.
Because the Mavs don't really have a big. They got fucking Dwight Powell who plays.
Okay, I mean, same scenario with the Heat, or something like that. Like, who's going to guard Bam Adebayo? I think someone's got to take the plunge and go to the bench here.
I think, honestly,
putting ego to
history and everything right now, unless Jordan Poole's just having a night, I think it would still be Klay Thompson.
Yeah, I would
probably would, but
just defensively. If you need a bucket,
I really think though, Jordan Poole's played it into his situation though, where it is if he's rolling, he's going to stay in.
Yeah, 100%. And if you need a bucket, I'd rather keep Poole in because he can create his own shot.
But regardless, Steph Curry's taking that shot 10 out of 10 times.
That's null and void.
If that situation ever comes up. But it's been an interesting half. I really don't see. I would be shocked if the Mavericks come away with a win here. I think they're kind of gassed, if I'm being completely honest. Luka's a little bit drunk from that pale ale he's been drinking with Boban. I don't really know. I just hope Luka's healthy because I cannot stand the Warriors to get another break and just walk into the finals again. If Luka's even slightly less than like 90%, this thing might be over in 4.
I mean, the Dallas Mavericks, if they want to come back and win this game, though, I mean, it's got to start at the free throw line. They've missed like 9 free throws.
Yeah.
I mean, points on the board right there. You can't do that for its best team, like one of the best teams in the league.
I think something alarming for people that want the Mavs to win this game. Coming off of Game 7, we saw how the Boston Celtics kind of answered after coming off of Game 7. Started out the first half super hot against the Heat, and then just got outscored by 25 right after halftime. So the Mavs could be following the same path as the Boston Celtics here and could just die and get tired, and they had a I don't want to say cross country travel, but they had to travel quite a ways.
And I feel like the Warriors are like a notoriously like third quarter team.
Yes.
They like usually come out, and if they're up, they're going to put you away.
Yeah, I remember that from the 2016 Cavs days. They were a fucking third quarter powerhouse.
Yeah, they're unbelievable.
They were always a third quarter team, but just something to keep in mind, the Warriors are shooting 57% from the field. You got to think that's going to come down just based on the law of averages, a data guy. And the Mavericks are shooting 31% from the field. So 31 versus 57, and they're only down by 9. So from a Mavs fan, maybe that's kind of like the thing I'm holding on to. Maybe we got to shoot the ball better. Like they were saying on the broadcast, they shot 29 3-pointers. I mean, only made 7 of them. So I think they just got to create their shots more.
Wait, the Mavs shot 29 3-pointers?
29 3-pointers, yeah. And they shot 31% total from the field. And the Warriors shot 57% total from the field. So
they're on track to shoot 60 3-pointers in one game.
That's
I mean, come on. Holy fuck. That's insane.
It's a different game, man. Different game.
But they're not even making a lot of these. So I don't know.
It's the difference that was in the Phoenix series. That's why Dorian Finney-Smith was making his threes. Klebo was making his threes. That's the only way the Mavs are going to win, if they have another guy making their threes. But as you can see, it's happening right now.
I do love the Jason Kidd Steve Kerr matchup.
But that was a hilarious quote that they had before the game started.
What was that?
You see that? Steve Kerr was like, "Yeah, Jay Kidd was a great point guard, super fast, super smart on the court." And Jason Kidd was like, "Yeah, Steve Kerr had Michael Jordan."
Well,
accurate.
Steve Kerr hit the shot, so
yeah, he did hit that shot that one time.
He had to bail out Michael once again, as he put it.
All right, if the spread here, if the live spread is at -8.5 Warriors, what would you do right now? Warriors are currently up 9.
What is the live spread?
8.5.
It actually is.
So they would just have to
just be even
by 9.
So you would take the Warriors -8.5. All they have to do is be even for the rest of the half.
Lou, you go first.
Yeah, I'd probably take the Warriors. The only reason I'm thinking about taking the Warriors, I think it's going to be a decently even half, and I think just like free throws at the end are going to put them, even if they're up 5 or 6, I think they can go up and finish the game and win by 9 or 10 just because of some free throws at the end. So I feel more comfortable taking that. Warriors -8.
Yeah, I feel more comfortable taking the Warriors.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing just because I think the Mavs get gassed after the Game 7, even though it wasn't really like a Game 7. They played like half the fucking game, but still. Yeah, I would go Warriors as well.
All right. Well, yeah, just a little halftime check-in here from the Salt and Pepper boys. Unfortunately, our boy Newman. I know all you guys were asking about him to come back on the pod and defend his boy Klay, but he's snoozing. I know he's thinking of some things to defend him, but he's probably just praying he scores in the second half.
Just the guy.
I mean, if he puts up a goose
Good
egg,
guy.
we're gonna have I don't even know, we're gonna have to demote him from a guy if he finishes with a goose egg.
He's a boy,
What's below a guy then?
a child.
He's
boy.
a top.
Oh,
I
that's
don't know. We're gonna have to make some tough decisions here in the pod, and then talk about the Heat as well, the white hot Heat. So that'll be an interesting discussion as well on the next full episode of Salt and Pepper Pod. Thanks for checking in, my boys. Wednesday night, second half. We got the Warriors -8.5. We're all on board. Don't fade us. I dare you. And for all
I'm
that,
gonna live bet it right now. Where is 8.5? Salt and
8.5,
pepper
heard it
guarantee.
here. As always, stay hard.
peace.